Hello and welcome to the Mad Leprechaun. My name is Lucky. No, it's not. My name is Mert Walsh. Today I shall be riding this beautiful, ever so special Triumph Bonneville Elvis Presley edition T120. If that's something that interests you, please do stick around and stay tuned. I'll after the intro. Well. Now I've been doing some reviews on some motorbikes over the past couple of years, but I have to say this is an absolute privilege and a pleasure to ride something as special as this. This is one of 925 motorcycles that Triumph have built especially to celebrate Elvis and rock and roll, and there's a bit more of a story to go with it, but I shall fill you in more of the story once I ride it off down the road. But it's essentially a Triumph Bonneville T120 1200cc Elvis Presley special, and the owner of this vehicle wants to remain anonymous, but he has said that I can ride the bike. So let's ride it, and I'll give you a little walk round of all the little special bits that are on this bike to celebrate the King. Pretty as a picture. It sounds beautiful. I've never ridden a Triumph before because mere mortals like me aren't allowed to do reviews on Triumphs. But now I've got to ride a special one and be really nervous about it. It sounds beautiful. It rumbles along beautiful. Oh, what can I say? A little less conversation, a little more action, please. Elvis in the fuel tank. Inspired by the '68 comeback special. The year I was born. Analog clocks with a little LCD down the bottom. You got various different got your indicators, horn, lights, information which is in the bottom, LCD trip 2, miles per gallon, not really sure what that is, time off, and it's done 184 miles from new. Fuel tank over there. It has got a gear indicator, but the gear indicator is really small. It's also got hazard lights. We like hazard lights on a bike, and it's got modes. So it's got rain and road. It's got 2 riding modes. Right, that's some of my review done already. Let's ride it. Let's rock. Me being 6'5", the bike looks really small. Actually, when you get onto it, it's not really big. But I don't feel compromised. I don't feel squished up, and I don't feel like the bike is too small for me. So Elvis in 1965 borrowed a Triumph Bonneville T120 and liked it so much he ordered one for himself and 8 more for his friends. And apparently they rode round all night, made lots of noise, and effectively the police were called and they were told, stop it. And to celebrate that rock and roll story, Triumph made this. So it is very much inspired by the '68 comeback special. I say the writing on the top of the fuel tank and on the side panels TCB, taking care of business, on the front mudguard. Elvis Presley signature on top of the fuel tank in the middle of the headstock. So the story goes, since Triumph have made these motorbikes, and the story's gone out there that Elvis bought effectively 9 Triumphs, people are now wondering, where are the original 9 Triumphs? And apparently there is actually a hotline you can phone up and say, I've got one. The torque on the engine, 4th gear, pulling out of the corners, so torquey, just lovely, really, really lovely. When you're not sitting on the bike, you can hear that distinct Triumph whistle, but sitting on the bike, you can hear just the thump of the engine. It sounds lovely. I don't think, well, I know I haven't managed to get it into top gear yet. An awful lot of new bikes lack character. This has got it in bagfuls of character. I mean, the whole thing is just, well, it's got character. It's an event, that's what it is. It's not just a motorbike, it's an event. There we go, top gear. Just about 2,500 revs. And it really doesn't like it, 2,500 revs. It wants to be going a bit quicker for that. The clutch is it's a cable clutch, and it's as light as anything I've ridden recent times. I don't feel, oh, it could do with a hydraulic clutch. It's very, very light, and just pops into gear absolutely beautifully. Beautiful. It's never going to be a sports bike. Then again, it's not supposed to be. I rode a Triumph Scrambler a few years ago, and if I'm honest, one of the things that spoiled the ride for me when I was riding the Triumph Scrambler was the fueling. It was very on-off and very, very snatchy. This is smooth. It's so smooth. Fueling's absolutely beautiful. Really is lovely. There we go. Cruise control. We like cruise control. It means you can give your right hand a rest. Take your mind out of the gutter. I half expected the mirrors to be virtually useless. Let's face it, it is 1200cc parallel twin. They work a treat. For the size, you can see plenty out of them. No problems at all. So this is a Triumph Bonneville T120 Elvis Presley edition, limited to 925 bikes worldwide. And I've had the pleasure and the privilege of riding the bike today. The engine is 1200cc, 8 valve per cylinder, single overhead cam, 270-degree crank, parallel twin. And it sounds beautiful, runs beautiful, pulls smoothly. It's just gorgeous. I love it. I really do love it. It's so, the fit, finish, everything is so neatly put together on the bike. It looks so retro, but if you start to look at the bike, you can see the modern touches just hidden away. Beautiful. Well done, Triumph. Really, really well done. It's an absolute beauty. The bike thankfully has 2 riding modes, road and rain. Unfortunately, I've had to use both of them today. The max power of the engine is 79 brake horsepower at 6,550 RPM. Max torque is 105 Newton meters at 3,500 RPM, and you can feel the engine just wants to go. It's a very, very torquey engine. Final drive is chain, and it has a 6-speed gearbox. Seat height is 790 millimeters. The fuel tank is a respectable 14.4 litres. The front wheel is 32 spoke 190 R18, and the rear wheel is also 32 spokes 150 70 R17. The suspension up front is a 41mm cartridge style fork, and the rear suspension is a spring over damper style shock with preload adjustment. The exhaust note is just addictive. It burbles, it hums. If it could hum a tune, I think Elvis would like it. I really do think Elvis would like it. The front brakes are 2 310mm discs, 2 Brembo floating calipers with ABS. Round the back, the rear disc is 255mm disc. It's a Nissan 2-piston floating caliper with ABS. The wet weight of the bike, which I think is particularly honest, is 236 kilograms. The price on the road for a standard, I have to say that again, a standard Triumph Bonneville will cost you in the region of £12,395. However, the Elvis edition is significantly more. So if they do happen to ever do another edition of some other special occasion, you should be looking for around 14,450. This bike is no longer available, so believe me, to be able to ride this bike and do this review has been amazing, a privilege and a complete pleasure. I really like this bike a lot, and I can totally understand why someone would go and buy one. Put it back into road mode. As it stopped raining. Hopefully my GoPro remains behaving itself. Honestly, as soon as I can get myself a different camera for my helmet, GoPro should hang your head in shame. When the bike has done very little miles, very little miles, so it still really is very much so in the early stages of being run in. So the tyres feel very new, the brakes feel very new, albeit they do work really well, by the way. The brakes work exceptionally well. There's no knocks, noises, rattles or anything that I would find concerning at all. And now I have ridden some brand new bikes that have been on demo, and you kind of go, oh, is the engine supposed to sound like that? This is just beautiful. Oh, I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot. I am ever so sorry I managed to get this beautiful motorcycle wet, damp, and let's face it, probably a little bit of road crud, hello, on its chrome. Sorry. Doesn't seem to work at... there we go. Cruise control. I just think it's excellent. You come through a village like this, this bike really does seem to keeps going through the revs, and you think you're bimbling along and you go, oh, I'm doing that speed, wow. It sneaks up on the speed. Before you know it, you're doing illegal speeds. So having cruise control is very beneficial. And to take it off, just try and push the throttle forward. Yep. So if we dip the throttle forward or pull the clutch, the cruise control will go off. Oh wow, man. Oh baby. Oh, let's play house. Woohoo! Thankfully there's not a whole lot of shaking going on. Oh, coming on, baby. Hang on a minute, that was Jerry Lewis. Oh, you can have a lot of fun on this bike. A lot of fun. When I first got onto the bike, I thought the front end took a little bit of getting used to. And I've only been riding the bike for about an hour. And now I've definitely got the hang of the front end now. It needs a mild little bit of counter steer, not an awful lot. So not if you have to manhandle it around the place. A little bit of push on the appropriate handlebar, and round she goes. Beautiful, really lovely. How it changes gear and the way it goes into gear with my left foot, it's very reassuring. It notches into gear. I'd like to say clunk, but it doesn't clunk into gear because it's not clunky. It's very reassuring. It goes into gear. It's not vague. I've had no false neutrals. It just feels like it's really beautifully engineered. Really well put together. Well done, Triumph. Even though officially you didn't let me ride the bike. But well done anyway. Maybe one day you will let me ride one of your bikes.
If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a rock and roll thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed this video for any particular reason whatsoever, are you lonesome tonight? Then please feel free to leave a thumbs down. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below. Ding dong the notification bell if you'd be so kind. And hopefully, all being well, I shall see you in the next one. Until next time, people, rock on, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.